Hello everybody, my name is Christine. I'm a knitter and a crocheter from Chisinau, Moldova, and this is my 18 episode knitting podcast. Actually, it's like a mid-month check-in for me because so many things has happened since my last video. I posted my last video, everything I knitted in April, and in the meantime, I went to the village, I celebrated our Easter or Orthodox Easter on the 5th of May. Then I came back to Chisinau. It was an entire thing. So lots of time to relax and to do more knitting and more crochet. Actually, I'm impressed with myself how much crochet I am doing. You guys, I'm filming from my bedroom because I wanted to film on the balcony just like the last time, but it's very cloudy, overcast, and even less lighting was on my balcony, if you can even believe it. I couldn't believe it either, but that's the situation. So we're gonna film in my bedroom right next to my yarn collection. If you remember, I did a spring cleanup, but it doesn't look like it anymore. You can see here that I've already pulled some balls of yarn, some skeins, and I use them within the Stash Bust Spring challenge. But I'm getting ahead of myself. I want to talk about finished objects. So since I saw you last, I finished this. So it was a remake for me because in 2024 I have the objective or the challenge to remake the things that I knitted in the past and that don't fit me well or something is wrong and I'm not wearing them. So remake for month of, I think, May. Yeah, for May, I will have this. In the past, it was called the Lavender Dream, and it was just like a cropped tank top. And then I ordered more yarn and I bought more yarn. I bought this plummy purple from Alize Burcum Classic in order to make it bigger, wider, and I'm so happy I did it. I will include here a video on how it looks on full me because again, no lighting. But for this I used 325mm needles for the ribbing on the neck and the sleeves and waist ribbing, and for the rest I used 4mm needles, and I only used from Stash 223 grams. The rest were just like I unraveled the blouse, and all in total this, it's not a blouse anymore, it's a sweater. It weighs 450 grams. And this time I followed a pattern. I think it was the Daisy Lane pattern from Drops Design. I'll include, I don't know, here somewhere a picture and the link in the description so that you can see it. It's a free pattern and it was very easy to follow it. Unfortunately, I couldn't meet the gauge, but I did some calculations and I cast it on with the lower number of stitches, but for the size M. So medium. I love it. Unfortunately, I had to redo the sleeves because I had some yarn and then I wasn't sure if I'll have enough, and then I redid the body because it was way too tight once again. Basically a lot of knitting and just one sweater as a result. Typically me, lots of work, no results or very few results, but I'm happy with this. The next finished object is this pair of socks. I knitted this on my way to the village to visit my mom for the Easter holidays, and I started with one on the way, I finished it there, and I finished the second on my way back. And I decided to make these one shorties. Once again, I used 1.5mm needles because this yarn was even thinner than the previous Alize Artisan, which surprised me, and 1.5mm needles, and I cast on with 56 stitches. I did ribbing of I forgot already. I think it was 1, 2, 3. Yes, 3 knits and 2 purls. Correct. And I followed the same pattern as always, the vanilla sock pattern from the Crazy Sock Lady because that's the only one I know thus far, and I still do the same pattern with the magic loop, and I just take different color yarns. And in this case I used, where is it? I used this Alize Artisan Superwash sock yarn. As you can see, I have a lot of it to go, and I made these shorties. I dropped one, and they weigh 45 grams. I know that I've not weaved in the ends, but in this house this is considered a finished object, and I'm not gonna worry about it. I don't know about your house, but this is done in my house. In my flat, actually. I live in an apartment, guys. Okay, let's continue. This is finished objects. I actually worked a lot on this sweater because I love the colors, but I think I'm all worked out. I do not want to do that ever again, to make and remake so many times the same piece. So I did it, and I'm moving on. Current whips. Oh my god, you guys, I've been crocheting like a person who is in love with crochet. That's all I can say. I love crochet, and I've been crocheting a long time. Actually, let me include here a video with the crochet pieces that are displayed at my mom's house. I'm so happy that she still saves them. I actually had many more. I think I had like a red doily, a purple doily, lots of them, but they got damaged throughout the years. So whip number one is my Chevron crochet blanket, you guys. As some of you have seen my previous videos, I'm using the scrap yarn that I have, especially the one that is green, blue, purple, black and white, you know, because I'm making this blanket for my brother, and these are his favorite colors. So let's show you what I managed to do since I last saw you. You guys, this is my progress keeper. I don't know, a stitch holder. And it doesn't look like a lot, but you know, it is quite wide. It is 120 centimeters wide. Okay, let me show you how wide it is. Ooh, I love it, you guys. I love it so much. And let's see if I can show the entire thing. Hold on. Now so it's 120, so now it's folded. There it is. There it is. Oh my god, I love it. Let me give you a close-up. So I'm crocheting this for my brother, and I wanted to ask you guys, where is the size of the crochet hook? It says tulip, and here it says, I don't know what. It says tulip and Japan. I don't know the size of it, but this is the only crochet that I have, so I'm using this. What I can tell you about the Chevron blanket, I'm following the crochet pattern posted by I Crochet Crystal, who has 1 million subscribers here on YouTube. That being said, subscribe, please. I don't even dream about 1 million subscribers, but let me remind every time, let me say it every time I remember about subscribers. Please subscribe and give this video a like, because every like equals a skein of yarn from you to me, or from me to you. I don't know how that works, but give it a thumbs up. So I did a lot of progress because this is my project before going to bed and the first thing when I wake up in the morning. And I'm shocked to say that I wake up like Saturday and Sunday early morning so that I can do more and more crochet. That's how much I love it. So I want to thank Crystal from I Crochet for posting all the lovely tutorials and reminded me how much I love to crochet. And it's so heavy. I love it. I love it so much. It covers me completely, because now it is 120 centimeters by 140. So I still have until 200 in, what is this, in length or width? I don't know. You understand what I'm saying. Okay, this is the whip number one, and the most heavy and the most important one. And I'll put this here because this will be in the acquisition. So whips, you have my Chevron crochet blanket, and let me just say that I started to do the Chevron crochet blanket as a challenge, the Stash Bust Spring challenge, started by aka Nora Knits. Wait, hey Nora, and this is also known as Nora Knits, tra la 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 la, something like that. You can tell I'm watching a lot of YouTube, you guys. So she started the Stash Bust Spring challenge. It's a challenge to use your own yarn from your own collection. And as you can see, I have a bit of yarn. And of course, you can buy yarn if you need it to finish a project. It started, I think, on the 1st of April and it continues until June something. I'll include a picture with the details here, and you can follow the hashtag. I think you can comment on what you're working, and you can win prizes from Nora, but you have to check her video because I don't remember the details. But in the Stash Bust Spring, I started working on this Chevron crochet blanket, and I think I will finish it, I hope, until June, until the deadline for this challenge ends. So this is my biggest whip, and whip number 1, whip number 2, where's my whip number 2? Oh, there it is. It was here. So whip number 2, you guys, I said in the last videos that I wanna knit something that I can wear at work, you know, something that can complement my my looks. My looks, listen to me. You know, my style at work and at home is like homeless meets just like hippie meets, I don't know, like a Soviet librarian or something. So I want to look a little bit more polished and a little bit more put together. So I decided to knit something, a black slipover. What do you need to look more polished and put together? Obviously a black slipover. So I cast it on. It is a slipover, bottom up, and I'm using for this the granite the granite pattern stitch from So Woolly here on YouTube. I saw this on her. It was like a short tutorial. I loved it because it gives so much texture. I know that you can see me, but I want you to see the pattern. Hold on, the stitch. So for this, I'm using 4mm needles. You can see that I started the ribbing and I've already split 4 sleeves, and I'm working, oh, this is the other side. I'm working the front, and I think I just tried it on right before starting to film, and I think I'm ready to start working the neckline. Yes, because I want a V neckline. I don't know how to do one, and I would love to learn. So for this, hold on, I'm using a few skeins of yarn. First of all, I'm using this Alize, what is this? Alize Mohair 3 Season in black. Sorry, you can see that it has flower petals and everything because I've been carrying it with me at work. So I'm using a strand of mohair, 2 strands of this black, very fine wool, and a third, you can see how much I used, it's already very close to being finished, a third heavier wool, and I think this has like 5 strands and this has 2. And if you have seen other videos of mine, you know that I bought this on my birthday from a grandma that was selling it on the side of the road, and I bought like 18 balls, and they're in that bag over there, and she gave the bag to me when she heard that it's my birthday. She's like, oh, happy birthday, buy this yarn from me. And I did as a gift for me and for her. So I'm using the combination of these 4 balls of yarns, 4 threads, 4 skeins. Oh, I need a break, I need a drink, but I'll continue. We will persevere. So I'm pulling all of these together to make a thick enough thread to use my 4mm needles to obtain this beautiful pattern. That's all I want to say. And I think I'm following College Days slipover from Drops Design? If yes, I'll include a picture here so you can maybe knit it as well, and I'll include the link in the description. I follow a lot of Drops Design pattern because they're free, you guys. And I'm actually learning how to follow patterns because it's not something that I did in the past. This is a new Christine type of practice. The next whip I have, I started it very spontaneous because I was contracted to interpret at a conference. For those who don't know, I'm a conference interpreter, and I went there and I had no sock on my needles, no nothing. Because I usually knit on or crochet during the coffee break or during the lunch break, and I decided to crochet something. So I took the, that's my dog. I took, okay, crisis averted, everything is well. I think just my neighbors came back home. So I looked into my yarn collection and I found this glow-in-the-dark yarn that I purchased from China. Hold on, something is with my screen. Do you even see me? Oh, do you see me? Okay, let's wrap it up. I think this is a sign that I need to go faster. Okay, China glow-in-the-dark yarn. I bought it in 2022 when I ordered a bunch of yarn, including the yarn for the sweater. And I used it on a bandana for my dog, and it does glow in the dark if it's completely dark. So I decided to do the same for the cat collar because my cat really wants to go in the basement or on the street when it's really dark. And I want to see where he is at. I'm very fortunate that my cat comes back on command. And I know I should use a leash, but anyways, this is my whip. I'm crocheting around the cat collar. I don't know if it was very clear or confusing, but this is my whip. So I have the chevron blanket, the black slipover, and I still have other whips, but I didn't work on them, so it doesn't make sense to show it to you right now. Let's go to gifts and acquisitions. You guys, as you can see, I have enough yarn. It's very pretty. I don't need to buy more yarn, but I was gifted yarn. That's another thing. So I was talking to my mom and I showed her the progress on my chevron blanket. And I said, Mom, I'm running out of green, blue yarn. So Mom came to the rescue, you guys. Okay. And the basket. The basket is made by a local lady in my home village. She's like a local artisan, and I bought this basket from her. It costed a lot. So I wanted a basket like this, a brand new basket, because I have some, but they're from the thrift store. And at the market, you can find like Chinese baskets or like Turkish baskets, which costed like 10 euros. And I was like, I'm not paying 10 euros for a basket. Even at the thrift store, they're quite expensive. I think they're like 8 or 9 euros. And I said, let's find a locally made basket. And I asked my mom to buy me one from the village, from the local artisan. You guys, it costed 20 euros. 20. I mean, it's wonderful. It's brand new. It's beautifully made. It's very solid. I put I filled it up with like casseroles of food, and we went to the church with this. I don't know, but come on, 20 euros. Okay, so now I have a beautiful, expensive basket to hold my yarn. So that's the acquisition, and I have another acquisition. I bought a crochet hook. And this is size 5.5 millimeter needles with silicone handle because I want to crochet like a mini rug. I wanna put multiple. I want to mix the yarn together and to crochet something thicker and to add it into the basket because my cat wants to sleep in the basket, but it's, you know, there's no cushioning there for her. So acquisitions, the crochet and the basket, 20 euros. Okay, never mind. I'm a grown up. I can guys, don't get me wrong. I'm an adult woman. I'm working. I can afford it. It's just like 20 euros. Moving on. Mom to the rescue gave me yarn. So she unraveled some sweaters. I don't even know what that is. And she gave me lots of yarn with the colors that I needed. So blues, greens, black, a little bit of mustardy and whites, and I've already used some of them. Hold on. So this was from my mom, this was from my mom, this was from my mom. So mom to the rescue. You can always count on my mom to give me whatever I need. And this is another ball of yarn which was from this thrift store. So I was visiting the thrift store with my brother, and I was commenting, oh, look at these beautiful green yarns that I can add to the blanket that I'm crocheting for you. Green. So he bought it for me. It was 75 cents each. So, and I bought some needles, 5mm needles and 6mm needles, and all together 5 euros. Now that's a good price. Now that's what I'm talking about. These two are acrylic. This is, I think it's like a mixture, acrylic and a bit of wool or something, because it's rougher. So, okay, and I've started working with this, and look how beautiful it looks. Look how beautiful it looks. It's complementing all the other colors very, very well, if I say so myself. I love it. So mom to the rescue gave me more yarn, and I wrote down how much mom gave me. How much mom gave me, because you know, guys, I made a spring cleaning and I wrote down that I have 160 skeins of yarn. Then I'm looking at my notes. In April I used 14.5 skeins and I was left with 145 skeins of yarn. And then what happened in May, you guys? In May, mom gave me some reclaimed yarn, the blue and the black and the yellow mustardy. And then I bought 4 skeins of yarn. And then, oh yes, all the greens and all the... Anyways, I have my notes. 930 grams, and then 300, and then 400, the ones that my brother bought. And all together now I have 162 skeins of yarn. So I started in April with 145. And I continue in May with 162. But no worries, I see it as a yarn collection. I see 162 opportunities to do wonderful things. Because I needed to buy a ball of yarn of this plum. So it's already finished. I will finish the 4 plus the 900 grams in the blanket. I've already used like 200 grams. So no worries. I got this. But it's nice to see how like I had in my mind the idea that no more yarn. But it's true, I didn't buy any more yarn. I mean, with the exception of this Alize plum color. So it is funny how things are happening. But I have 162 skeins of yarn and of opportunities to use. And at the end of May, I will see once again, I will weigh the finished objects and I'll see how many skeins were worked for my collection, and I can reduce this number once again. So I spoke about the finished objects, the whips, the Stash Bust Spring. I told you about going to the village. I went and I helped my mom with walking and watching the cows for 2 days. Hello everybody! I want to make a short check-in from the middle of the public pasture. I think you can see behind me the sweet cows from our village. Every cow owner has to watch them for a day, so today it was my mom's time, so I came to help. You can see the beauties over there and over there. And of course I took the knitting with me. I am knitting on a sock. Hold on. Yes, I'm knitting on a sock with Alize Superwash Artisan sock yarn. I have this beautiful purple. I love this yarn much more than the previous one. And you guys, I discovered that I am able to knit and to walk. I love it, but my worry is that I will step on a snake. So that means that I'm not doing a lot of walking. I mostly talked to these beautiful cows, I sang to them, and I did knit a little bit, so much so that I started decreasing. So, happy knitting everyone. Let me know if you have a cow, if you own a cow, if you ever seen a cow. Oh, hold on, let me get close to one. If you ever touched a cow. I know that some of my viewers, I think most of my viewers are from the United States and from India. So I guess you have seen cows, you guys. Hold on. Let's see who wants to get close to me. Yeah, now I scare them. Until now I was petting left and right, but now I scare them. But anyways, I let you just admire the beautiful green pasture. And you can even see our horse over there. Andrei, dad-й мене. There you go, there's my brother and his horse. Happy knitting everyone, and I hope you're having a lovely sunny day, just like me. Hello YouTube friends, I arrived at my mom's, and if you follow me since December, you might recognize this scrappy blanket that I knitted for my mom. And this gosh darn border still doesn't stay put even after multiple washes and blocking, steaming. I don't know. But anyways, I'm at my mom's, and of course I'm gonna take this opportunity to start something new. I think I will use this Alize Superwash Artisan to cast on some socks. What do you think? I love this color. Look at it. It's so vibrant compared to the previous one. So I can't wait to see the pops of purple, blue, and yellow. Happy knitting everyone, and hello from my mom. We're watching the cows in our village, as you do, as one does, you know. And I'm knitting at the same time. And the reason why I'm filming is because, guys, this doesn't happen every day. I'm visiting my mom sometimes, you know, just a few times a year. It's not every day I get to enjoy the wonderful view, pet all the beautiful cows, drink fresh milk. It's not every day. That's why I'm so excited and I'm so happy to see them all. They're so cute. Look at them. And you can hear the insects. Lovely. My sock is progressing. That was awesome. It was a bit tiresome because walking for 12 hours, it is a huge task. But thankfully, the cows were so well behaved. All they wanted to do, you guys, was to eat, to graze on the green grass. So that was a pleasure. And I got to listen to a bunch of music, radio, and to knit sometimes. And to close, let me talk about what I'm reading. I'm still reading Sister Carrie by Theodore Dreiser. And I got a bit of difficulties with this book because it arrived at page 73 and then it jumps for 73 to 327. No, 78. I'm not even joking, you guys. Whoever put this whole book together messed up. And then from 78 to 103, there are no pages anywhere. And then from 103, you have again the pages back. So I just skipped the part where Carrie, together with Charlie, host a home party for Mr. I already forgot his name. Mr. Hurstwood. And now she is auditioning to be an actress, if you know. If you read this book, you know. And I'm at the page 156. So that's what, there it is. this is where I am. I kind of like it. I read it in the bus while I go to work, and since I didn't go to so many conferences, I'm not having too much progress. But I love it. I love it thus far. So this is all from my side. If you have if you resisted until the end, please let me know in a comment. I resisted, and I'll just see you next time. Let me know what you're working, what you're crocheting, what you're knitting, and I will definitely see you next time.